This video covers the bow and beam bearing, or doubling the angle on the bow method, a classic coastal navigation technique used to determine a ship's distance from a charted object such as a lighthouse. This technique is particularly useful when electronic navigation equipment fails, and it serves as a fundamental method for determining a ship's position when only a single charted object is available. The common technique used to determine a ship's position when electronic navigation equipment fails and only one charted object is available is the running fix method. In today's video, I will introduce another technique called the bow and beam bearing method, or doubling the angle on the bow method. For example, this is the ship's planned track. At 1945 hours, the ship's position is here, determined by radar bearing and range using a single charted object, Lighthouse Bravo. Now, let us assume that, for some reason, the electronic navigation equipment fails. The ship continues on a course of 140 degrees true at a speed of 11 knots. Instead of using a running fix method to determine the ship's position, we will use the bow and beam bearing method. To apply this technique, the first observation is taken when Lighthouse Bravo bears 45 degrees on the bow. The second observation is taken when the bearing is doubled, that is, when the lighthouse is a beam, meaning that it lies perpendicular or 90 degrees from the ship's heading. Now, in real life, we use a gyro repeater to visually take the bearing of an object. However, remember that a gyro compass indicates a true bearing. It does not indicate a bearing relative to the ship's bow. Therefore, this method must be planned in advance. First, we must determine what is the true bearing of the object during the first and second observations. In this scenario, the ship's heading is 140 degrees true. For Lighthouse Bravo to bear 45 degrees on the starboard bow, its true bearing must be 185 degrees true. If we look at the illustration, the ship's heading is 140 degrees true. By adding 45 degrees, which is the angle from the ship's bow to the lighthouse, we obtain the true bearing of the lighthouse. Now here's the procedure. As the ship continues to move, continuously monitor the bearing of Lighthouse Bravo using the gyro repeater. When the bearing reaches 185 degrees true, record the time. In this example, let us assume that at 2000 hours, Lighthouse Bravo bears 185 degrees true, which means it is 45 degrees relative to the ship's bow. Now on the compass rose, place the navigational triangle at 185 degrees true and drag it to Lighthouse Bravo. Draw a bearing line from Lighthouse toward the planned track or in the direction opposite to 185 degrees true. This is the line of position, LOP. Somewhere along this line lies the ship's position at 200 hours. Next, the second observation must be taken when the bearing of the first observation is doubled. Since, during the first observation, the lighthouse bears 45 degrees relative to the ship's bow, the angle must double during the second observation. This occurs when the lighthouse bears 90 degrees from the bow, or when the lighthouse is on the starboard beam. Since we are using a gyro compass, which indicates true bearings, we must first determine the true bearing of the lighthouse when it is a beam. Let's examine the illustration again. The ship's heading is 140 degrees true. If Lighthouse Bravo is on the starboard beam, or 90 degrees to starboard from the bow, then by adding 90 degrees to the ship's heading, we obtain the true bearing of Lighthouse Bravo, which is 230 degrees true. Now, from the first observation, maintain the ship's course of 140 degrees true and a speed of 11 knots. Then, continuously monitor the bearing of the lighthouse using the gyro repeater. Once the bearing reaches 230 degrees true, record the time. This indicates that the lighthouse is on the starboard beam or 90 degrees to starboard from the ship's bow. Let us assume that at 2025 hours, Lighthouse Bravo is on the starboard beam. Next, place the navigational triangle or any suitable plotting instrument on the compass rose along 230 degrees true. Then, drag it to Lighthouse Bravo. Draw a bearing line from the lighthouse toward the planned track or in the direction opposite to 230 degrees true. This is the line of position, LOP. Somewhere along this line lies the ship's position at 2025 hours. Now remember that in doubling the angle on the bow, the distance traveled by the ship from the first observation until the second observation is equal to the ship's distance from the object at the second observation. In this scenario, we have already established the line of position when the lighthouse is abeam. Therefore, if we can determine the distance traveled by the ship between the two observations, we can also determine the ship's distance from the lighthouse at the second observation. This allows us to establish the ship's position at the second observation. To determine the distance traveled, we use the formula distance is equal to speed times time. The speed is 11 knots or 11 miles per hour. The steaming time from the first to second observation is 25 minutes. Since the speed is expressed in nautical miles per hour and the time is in minutes, we first convert 25 minutes into hours by dividing it by 60. You may also see this calculation written in this form, which gives the same result, which is 4.6 nautical miles. This is now the distance traveled by the ship from 200 hours to 2025 hours. Since this is the bow and beam bearing technique, the ship is also 4.6 nautical miles from Lighthouse Bravo at 2025 hours. To determine the ship's position when abeam of Lighthouse Bravo, use a compass divider and measure 4.6 nautical miles on the latitude scale. For illustration purposes, I have intentionally drawn the distance on a larger scale for a better presentation. Next, place one point of the compass divider on Lighthouse Bravo and lay it down along the second LOP. This point represents the ship's position at 2025 hours. If we observe, the ship is slightly off track to starboard. Let's have another example. Assume our ship is sailing northwest on a course of 320 degrees true at a speed of 14 knots. At 2130 hours, Lighthouse Bravo is observed on the port bow, bearing 283 degrees true on the gyro repeater. Since we are using doubling the angle on the bow method, we must first determine the angle of the lighthouse relative to the ship's bow. Let's examine the illustration carefully. The ship's course is 320 degrees true, while the lighthouse bears 283 degrees true as per gyro. By subtracting the lighthouse true bearing from the ship's true course, we obtain the lighthouse relative bearing from the ship's bow, which is 37 degrees on the port bow. If we double this angle for the next observation, Lighthouse Bravo must bear 74 degrees from the bow. So what will be the true bearing of the lighthouse since we are using a gyro compass? Let's examine the illustration again. The ship's true course is 320 degrees true. The lighthouse bears 74 degrees to port relative to ship's bow. If we subtract 74 degrees from the ship's true course, we obtain the true bearing of the lighthouse, which is 246 degrees true. So from the first observation, maintain a course of 320 degrees true at a speed of 14 knots. Then, closely monitor the bearing of the lighthouse until it reaches 246 degrees true, and record the time. Let's assume that the time is 2145 hours. At this moment, the lighthouse bears 74 degrees relative to the ship's bow. Next, let's calculate the distance traveled by the ship from the first to the second observation using this formula. The speed is 14 knots, and the steaming time is 15 minutes. We divide it by 60 to convert 15 minutes into a unit of an hour. The distance traveled is 3.5 nautical miles. This is also the ship's distance from the lighthouse at 2145 hours. Next, use a compass divider and measure 3.5 miles on the latitude scale. Then lay it down from Lighthouse Bravo along the second line of position. This point is the ship's position at 2145 hours. Remember that when using this method, it is recommended that the initial angle of the object relative to the ship's bow is 45 degrees or less than 45 degrees. That's all for now. I hope found this video helpful. Thank you for watching and see you again next time. Bye.